Well, this is the GUI text editor program we created using Python earlier. I want to compile this program, but I'm going to get an error. And then we'll debug the problem. So I go to my source directory, and I open up the one file, GUI open file.py. Here's the top of the file, the two functions, and its two buttons. Here's the text box definition and the main loop. To compile all of this, I go to my command window, I go to my source directory, and remember, here were my two key files, GUI open file.py and setup.py. Let's open up this one, setup.py, for a quick review. I open up setup, I get setup from here, disutils.core. I import this guy, py2exe, and I follow this keyword console with a list of the files to turn into an executable. In our case, it's just one. I go back to my command window and I clear the screen. I key in the command Python give setup.py to py2exe for compilation. I hit enter and immediately it tells me what it's missing. We'll go over these in a future video. We have a more pressing problem to deal with right now. The system will be able to deal with this. Then it tells me it's making an executable anyway. Then this displays and it's done. Will it work? Let's find out. I go to my distribution folder, which was auto-generated during the compilation process. And here it is, GUI open file.exe. But will it work? I double-click, and it shows up. Let's click on Open File, and kapow, I get this error message. File dialog is not defined. Undefined equals it's not been imported into the system. So where is this file? Let's go to idle and find out. So I go to idle and I import tkinter. Let's move this up. Now I want to see the module contents, so I key in dir of tkinter and I get a mess. So let's import prettyprint from pprint, import pprint as pp. This will save me typing. Now I want to feed the output of my dir of tkinter to prettyprint pp. And oh, I get a nice list. So let's scroll down this list and see if we can find our target method or function. And there he is, file dialog. So from this I can see that file dialog is a method of tkinter. But wait a sec, we imported everything from tkinter, didn't we? Apparently file dialog didn't make it in. So let's manually import it. And here's how. From tkinter, import file dialog. So now let's recompile and run this. I key in the command Python setup py2exe. I hit enter. It tells me I'm still missing these modules. We'll cover that in a later video, as I said. It does all of this again, and I get my prompt back. I go to the distribution directory, and I double-click on GUI open file.exe, and up it comes. I click on Open File. Now remember, this is where our error occurred before. So I click on Open File, and the Open File dialog window appears. It found it. This is now working. I choose my target file, testing.dat. I click on Open, and the file is loaded in. I correct the spelling, like so. I save it by clicking here on Save File, and now click here on Open File. Note what happened in the background. As you click on Open File, the previous data disappears. I choose testing.dat, I click on Open, and the file loads in. Note, the changes are now permanent. We have fixed the bug. So by taking note of the name of the function or method on the error screen that was not imported into our system, and then taking corrective measures to specifically import that function or method, we were able to compile our code successfully. I hope this lesson has been as useful and practical for you as I have designed it to be. If so, please like and share this video. This is George Boole. Bye-bye now.